Oh, you know what? I want to get some tunes popping too. Definitely want to get that tunage popping. Get them tunes crack a lacking. Gonna go with the lo-fi. Oh shit, you can see me. We're gonna turn the volume down on this guy. How do I sound? Is it sound good? Compared to, can you hear the music? Is the music good? You can't hear the music? So you can only hear my voice? How about now? No, it's not pulling in any audio. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, that should be good right there, right? Maybe less? That's good? Yeah, right there. Okay, cool. We're background vibing. Oh, a little bit. Okay, cool. Yeah. Like I just wanted to fill in the space, so that'd be cool. And then the last thing I want to do is, oh, I can see over there. I want to pull it up so I can see the YouTube chat as well. Where's my telephone? What's up, grind gang? How you living, baby? What's good? What's good? What's up, grind gang? How you living, baby? I'm live. I'm live right now on the YouTubers. Come check your boy out. I'm so live. I'm so live on YouTube right now. Come check out. Come hang with your boy. I'm wearing these monstrosity of a headphones, so you know it's about to be real. What's up, grind gang? How you living, baby? Yo, just had to do some promo real quick, but we live. It's oh, we back. I'm so live. I'm so live. We back. Right now. Come check out. I'm the king. I'm the king of the live. I'm so king of the live. Yo, what's up, Grind Gang? How you living, baby? I hope you're living and loving your life out there. I'm so excited to be here, starting the live show back up. We took a small little break. It's been about a week, maybe 2 weeks since last time I went live. For all the new people on YouTube who've never seen me live before, I've been going live for a long time on Instagram, doing a live show where I come on here and I teach people about how to use their spirit, mind, and body so that they can manifest their absolute best life. I'm now in the transition or the process of transitioning that show over to YouTube here. And I'm so excited to be here on YouTube. I think YouTube is a great platform. It's going to be really cool because I've done so many of these, but you would never know it because Instagram disappears after 24 hours. But here, we get to keep them. You get to keep coming back, watching them at your own time, your own pace, or you can come hang out with us live. So many new like things going on with this, and I'm really excited to introduce all the new features that I got going on and just all kinds of crazy cool stuff. Hey, drop something in the chat if you're here with us. I want to know who's here. I want to talk to you guys, all that fun stuff. So please hit me if you're in the live right now. Today we're going to talk about some awesome stuff that I think is going to oh, I can hear myself. Okay, wait, I can mute there. I just want to be able to see this chat, so I'm trying to. Oh, we're gonna be. That's one thing we gotta talk about. It's gonna be some learning going on here today, guys. This is the first time I've ever gone live from this setup, from this, platform, any of that stuff. So we're just gonna kind of learn together, grow together. That's kind of part of my whole scheme. And so we're gonna work on this thing together. Check out all the different little features I got running with this whole thing. Maybe take a phone call or two if we can get somebody to call in. That'd be great. And we're gonna go for about 2 hours or so, hang out, talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Like I said, I prepared a couple of topics that I want to talk about, and yeah, we're gonna figure this out together. So first thing I want to figure out is how do I pull up my chat so that I can see you guys talking to me. Interesting. How many of you guys ever watched a YouTube video live before? Anybody? Anybody? Grind gang gang gang? Hmm. Yeah, I gotta find a way to do that, man. I know, right? But I don't want to have to like lean over there. Oh yeah, no music there. Yeah, sweet. We got it. Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of tricky. Yo, I wish y'all could see this setup, man, that I got going on. Obviously, we're rocking green screen. That's fucking badass. Um, I saw on this thing where this guy was like in his on the setup, and he was like, "Oh, here, ha, ta-da, ta-da." I found it, folks. I found it. Yes. Still really, really tiny though. Oh, pop out chat. Large. Enhance. Enhance. Yo, so anyways, fucking badass, man. Whatever. I got the chat up. Also, first thing we gotta talk about, the first part of the whole show, is this is now an interactive live show. If a lot of you guys have watched before, the only way to really interact back and forth on the show was through the live chat, like on the Instagram, right? And we could like you could chat, and I'd be talking a lot, and just kind of going, and so it'd be really hard for me to kind of read you guys' comments and stuff. I'm kind of having that same problem right now because I'm so far away from the computer at the moment. But I'm gonna get that set up, fixed in the future to where I can like make this chat way bigger than it is right now. Um, but nonetheless, now we have a Discord channel, right? And so in the Discord, you can also talk, text. It's like a message board, so you can post things that you're reading, post things that you're watching. We can talk, chit chat. I'm gonna post like articles and videos and things that I'm using to grow and learn. It's going to be a great resource for anybody who's positive and trying to work on themselves. It's going to be all about personal development. But the other cool thing about being in the Discord is that um, you can actually get on the show, right? So there's actually a process to go through where you can get on live, call me, and then we can talk via Discord and ask me questions or whatever you want to do, or we can just chit chat about something that's going on in your life, or I can clear up something that maybe you've heard me talk about before in the past. That's sick. Yeah, definitely. Never been interested till now. Yeah, that's so cool. Oh, hippie hawking, my guy. Yeah, that's I love you, man. Appreciate you. Argul, I know you too. So dope. So dope, man. Thank you guys so much for coming to support me over here, man. We're gonna grow this thing. I'm really excited about this format. Like I said, as I get better with it, learn it, just develop. It's gonna be fucking sick. So, anyways, the Discord. There's a Discord. If none of you guys have ever heard, or some of you guys have never heard of Discord, what Discord is like it started off as like a gamer chat, like a chat room, or like a voice connect for gamers to get on and do things with. But it's really grown. I mean, now it's just like people can essentially create public servers that kind of act as their own forum, if you will, right? And so it's like my own grind gang forum. And so, like I said, you can get on there. Johnny, oh, good time to introduce John too. But can I get you to drop a link to the server into the chat so that people can join right now if they want to? So you will have to go onto Discord. It's like discordapp.com, I believe, and you have to download. You don't have to download the actual app. You can use it via the internet, the web browser. But I suggest downloading the app. Not why not? And anyways, once you get into the app, then you just connect yourself to our server, sign up for the Grind Gang server by following the link. And then, yeah, once you're in, we can talk about how do we get onto the actual show. There's like set up rooms in there where you kind of like you join the green room. And once you're in the green room, that just lets us know like, hey, you're here and you want to ask a question, you want to get on the show. And then once you get in there, John Allen, my homie, who's doing all the back scenes work and he's helping me out, essentially produce the show and run the show. Um, Drop it into the that chat. Yeah, I can't. Oh, okay, cool, great. Um, he's helping with all that stuff, because I'm like forward facing, so he's doing all the stuff in the Discord and as well as like helping me navigate the YouTube chat. So, anyways, he'll pull you out of the green room. He'll just kind of talk to you real quick, make sure that your mic quality is good enough and that we can hear you and that you got a good question. Make sure that there's no trolls just trying to come and blow my show up or whatever, right? And then he'll move you to a live room. Once you get into one of the live rooms, then we'll be able to I'll go live with you. And then, you can ask me a question, talk to me. It's not just like a 10-second ask your question and you're done type situation. Like we can talk about it, chat. Uh, the great thing about the show now is it's going to be so much more like long form. Like it's more of a lot more of a hangout time and a discussion time more so than it is just listening to me rant and rave about something for 30 minutes, right? So already covered things already covered right now. This is the new show. This is the new YouTube show. Everybody who's here or just now joining or whatever the case would be, this is the new format. We're rocking this cool fancy green screen. I got multiple things that I could pull up on here. Really excited about that. Like I just maybe want to just switch up the background on you real quick and be like Shazam, and then all of a sudden we in a whole new vibe. That's really cool. Not only is it just for aesthetics though, we got a whole nother scene where we could do watch mode. Hey, look at that. And then we in where I can come on here and I can show you guys different things. Like right now, this is the playlist we're bebopping, the lo-fi hip hop. Can't hear it? Can't hear the music or can't hear me? Oh, okay. How about now? Ah, interesting. All right, well the music isn't coming through for some reason right now. I'll figure that out in the future. It's probably because I'm routing all. Oh, cool. There it goes. It popped up. It's probably because I was switching back and forth. So, anyways, yeah, this is cool where we can come on here, we can talk about certain things, look certain things up. I can share, information or whatever. So all those times where you guys been here in the past, where it's like I'm all like just throwing out bullshit statistics or whatnot, you know what I mean? And I like have no way to really back it up. Now we do have a way to back it up where I can come on here and actually we can look it up together and learn about it together. Keep us all honest. John will be here, of course, helping us with that. So sometimes he'll, pass it. It's like an alley oop. I'll be like, "Yo, look this up," and then he'll look it up. We'll throw it on here. Yo. It's like my own little version of the Joe Rogan show. That's my homie John Allen. You'll hear him pop in from time to time. You know what I mean? He has that full access. Yeah. So cool, man. I hope to see some of you guys joining the Discord sometime throughout this thing. That'd be really dope. So, the show, John Allen, the Discord, the YouTube chat. We got our music and our levels. Hopefully, y'all can hear my audio, my mic pretty well. Like I told you guys earlier, it's going to be a little bit of kind of figuring out the bugs and making sure the system works. I couldn't actually do a live test for some reason. Well, I could, but YouTube has this weird thing where they will only let you go live after 24 hours of like having your shit active. So I couldn't make a dummy account to like practice the live. I guess I probably could have. I was just kind of working last minute, and that's probably where I really fucked up. If I'd have done that, 2-3 days ago, it probably would have worked a lot better. But none of that matters. What really matters about this whole show and about anything in general is that it's started. Is that right here, right now, I've stuck a fork in the ground or a flag in the ground, and I said, yo, we're going to start popping off with this thing. And this is kind of a metaphor I wanted to use to kind of take to you guys. Some of you, I would assume, have been following me for quite a while. But let's just say you haven't. Maybe this is your first time seeing me or whatever the case may be. This is probably like the 6th iteration of this live show for me. All right, so back in 2017, I started off on Facebook, and I'm an older cat, so that's where I was as far as social media presences go. I was on Facebook, and so I just started, talking to my friends, and essentially coming on here. And there's a really great thing that goes on my YouTube here where you can see all the videos that I've ever made, essentially. Not all of them, because I told you I did a lot of them on Instagram, and so a lot of those disappeared, but a lot of the things that I've done over this time is documented on YouTube. And so that's why I'm really excited to come back to YouTube. But so you can see, like, there's this video on my YouTube from way back when where it's just me picking up a camera, my cell phone, literally, and I'm just like, all right, this is me. I'm doing YouTube now. I guess I'm vlogging or whatever, right? And it's really whack. It's just really, the cringe level's insane. But I leave that up there. I don't really want to take that down because I want it to be this honest representation of how you can start something, right? You can just get started with something. So many of us have this dream or this desire, this wish to be something. And for reasons that we'll talk about a little bit going forward, we never really get that going. There always seems to be something that holds us up or stops us or blocks us or slows us down from really getting that thing going. Yo, Mikey Rose in the building. I see you, dog. Hey, my guy. Always showing love, man. I love you, bro. Always been holding it down since day one, and I appreciate you for that. I really do. But so you can see, like, like we'll try and start something. We really want to go off and create something, but for these millions of reasons that we make up, we don't actually get it going, right? There's always some reason or some excuse or some thing that we don't have, or there's always something that's holding us back. And so that's why I think that this is so powerful, like the show and just hearing about what I'm talking about is you can start something and be completely crap at it, not have the right tools, not have all the equipment you need, not know what you're doing, right? Get started and then grow through that process. Get into the process. This is the way, you've heard me talk about this plenty of times before, but if you really start to look at all the people that you look up to, any YouTuber, any successful politician, any fucking beauty person, anybody, sports, like athletes, any of those things. Like Michael Jordan is a great example people always bring up. He was not that good at basketball when he first started. Now, he had some natural talent. I'm sure he's a lot better than me and you, but he wasn't Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? He got cut from the team multiple times before he was able to become the person he was. So, but a lot of times through this idea of resistance, dude, this is our first key word today is resistance. Please write this word down and look into it. It's this philosophy that people have adapted over time to really explain that idea of why we don't just go and do the thing. Like, how come I don't think, all right, cool, I want to start a podcast, and then just go home and immediately start a podcast? Like, why doesn't that happen like that? And it's because of this idea of resistance. What happens is our mind creates all these barriers or obstacles to doing the thing that we want to do. And so a lot of times when we're really inspired by, say, like something like, I want to start a podcast, or I want to start rapping, or whatever you want to do, you start comparing yourself to people that inspired you to do it, right? So you've seen rappers on, Billboard Hot 100 or whatever, or you've seen them, I'm going to cut back to the other one because the other one loops so back and forth a little better. You've seen these, you've heard these cats on the radio, or you've seen these guys who've been podcasting, or doing a vlog for 5, 6, 7 years, and you think that that's how you're supposed to do it, right? Like your shit should look like that. You should sound like them. You should be as polished and well crafted. It's just a fallacy in our minds that just happens. That's what we assume. Like, that's what we want to do. And so when we step out, we expect our shit to be like that, look like that, do like that. What you forget is that those cats have been doing it for years. They got the best equipment. They got the best ghostwriters or whatever, you know what I mean? They've perfected their sound. They've, overcome the anxiety and the pressure and the stress. They have like a system that they go about where they like come in, they know when they're going to write, when they're going to do this, how they're going to get on the mic, like they have a whole flow about that. And so you forget that. You forget to take on like a learner's mindset, right? And so that's what I hope that my show really inspires people, especially this one, is that, you can start something and be completely garbage at it, not know what you're doing at all, and just keep growing through that. Here I am. It's about to be 2020, so I'm about to be up on my 3rd year of doing this. And still today, I'm just as lost trying to do this show as I was the first time I went live on Facebook, right? Or the first time I did a video. And I've always liked my show to be live. I've always thought like that's where my strength lies, is like in being like real with people and really having conversations. And so you can look back, and I was confused and I was lost, and I just got out there and I tried my best, right? And then I went back and I'd look at that and I'd be like, okay, well, maybe we need to fix this, or let's try and do that. Like, I wish the show was more like that, or, I wish I had been able to do that and this and that. And I adapt, and I go out and I try again, and I still don't know what I'm doing, and I still don't know what I'm doing. And so now 3 years later, here I am on YouTube Live, and I'm doing this awesome show with all this awesome setup. I got people helping me. I got all this cool shit going on, and still don't know what I'm doing, but have been progressing this whole time, right? I even in the fluidity of the things that I say, my ideas are all so much more fleshed out, and All these things, right? I'm just constantly getting better, and you almost don't even notice it, you know? And so that's so cool. I hope that you take that in consideration. You know, you might not know all the ways in which to master something right now, but you can stumble, bumble, fumble your way through it. When you hear people talk about success, they very rarely preach about success. They talk about failure. They say, yo, it's really about failing over and over and over and over, right? Is you have to be willing to come out here and look kind of dumb, you know, or like to be willing to do step one, you know, which is come out awkward, come out not prepared, come out and just try your best, give it all you have, and keep growing. Will people make fun of you? Probably. You know, they'll probably make fun of you, but that's okay, right? Like no amount of words can really hold you down if you don't let them. So you strengthen your mindset. This is why we do things like meditation, affirmations, and making sure that our internal world is in full check and full alignment, so that way we can come out and we can do what we want to do without the worry or concern of what other people think about what we're doing, right? That's why I preach so much about, like, I don't care if people like the show or don't like the show or watch it or don't watch it, make fun of me, don't make fun of me, praise me. I'm not concerned, you know? This is what I like to do. And why do I do this? Because this is what I think is my calling. This is what I think I'm good at. This is what I find enjoyment doing. This is how I feel like I can help the most people, right? And so that should be the inspirations for you to do things, not whether or not people are going to think that you're cool doing them, right? Or whether or not people are going to respond to what you're doing and like what you're doing or any of that stuff, right? And so, you know what? This is a great time to pull up something like old school. Let's see if we can go back and watch PewDiePie's first video. I'd love to do that. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I'll find that real quick. The pewds. And I just want to use PewDiePie for example because, I mean, you know, look how far he's come. Look at what he's doing now. Oh yeah, this is classic. Oh my god, this is classic. Check this out. First chance to go into theater view mode. I call it watch mode. Oh, the pews, baby. I'm pretty sure that I won't get copy struck for this because we're gonna do some conversating about it. Like I'm adding my own commentary, so I think we're good. But this is PewDiePie. Yo, look at this whack camera shaking. Why not? look how look how uncomfortable he is. He doesn't even have good internet. Wait, hold up. What did he say right there? Look, wow. Did he say, "Yo, I'm gonna keep uploading videos because I'm gonna get 55"? What's his number right now? Do you know? Dude, it's ungodly amount of subscribers right now. PewDiePie is one of the most subscribed people in the entire world. 102 million. The first person to 100 million subs, I believe. It's not gonna be a daily thing. It's gonna be. Oh my God! Look at this. This dude is exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, not just him. I could pull up example after example after example of this. But come on, y'all see PewDiePie now, and that's what you think of PewDiePie is. You can't sit here and tell me that a lot of you have actually gone back and watched the PewDiePie's first video. You know what I mean? And that's just so inspiring to me to see that, because that's me. You know, if you go back and let's watch my first video, I think that'll be great. I think that'll be great. Who with me? Let me see in the chat. Who's hanging? Who we got? I love you guys so much. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Yo, okay, here's my channel, the RodthePlanter channel. I gotta change my picture, man. That's a whack picture. Um, let's go videos. Let's go sort by. Anytime I find a new YouTuber or anybody that I look up to, musician, same thing, anybody like that, where I'm like, dang, this dude's so good, I always have to remind myself that, you know, that they started from somewhere, and so I like to go back and find out where they started. This is the first upload that I've ever uploaded right here. I really don't even want to click on this. It's so cringy. Ironically, it's my most viewed video.
Hey guys, I wanted to come to you via video form to tell you about my latest and greatest project that I'm working on. I'm really excited about it because we're talking about fulfilling destinies here. You know what I mean? So, if you've been on my Facebook at all lately, you might have noticed that the tone and maybe attitude a little bit, frequency in which I've been posting is changing a little bit. And some people
I'm
are
all
liking it, and I
sick.
really appreciate that. I appreciate all the shares and stuff, all my posts and whatnot.
So if y'all don't know, I had like this terrible skin thing going on. I've talked about it a little while, and this is me where I'm still struggling with that. So you can see I have old man face. That's because I was still really dealing with that, and I'm like sniffling, and like I was really, actually, really sick for a really long time. And but I didn't want to let that hold me back, so I went ahead and I just started getting
What
it
I'm
in.
working on, guys, is becoming a life coach and motivational speaker, right? That's the main goal for the Destiny. So, I guess people call it a lot of different names, but this is something I always wanted.
Oh, this shit pumps me up so much right now because what I'm seeing, like, look at the PewDiePie video, look at my video. How similar does that shit look? I mean, you guys here trying to tell me that that's not, like, doesn't look like exactly the same shit. I'm talking the same way, just stuttering, just like doing it because I love it. That's so good. That's so good, man. That's so good. If this shit
Something
don't
I've
get you
always been
pumped up,
beautiful
I
and
don't know
interested
what
in. I
does.
remember, I've always liked to talk. I've always liked to study the world and life and relationships and how people become successful and really just how people connect in general. What's this world all about? Why are we all together
I
and what are we
love
all
it.
trying to accomplish here? And this is something that
Oh, I love you, guy. Oh, I love that guy, man. I love that guy. And so look at that, man. Like, just bullshit. Just fucking crap. You can go watch that if you want to. Introducing the human experience. That's fucking great, man. Um, yeah, so and that's it. Same thing like Pew said in his video. Like, nothing in there says make $1 million, be the coolest guy on YouTube, like me. None of that, right? It just says this is what I'm interested in, and I feel like I should give back to this community in some way. And so I tried to go for it, and still am every day trying to go for it. So um, that's what I mean, and that's what I want this to be an example of because at this point now, I mean, my skin's all clear. I'm smiling. I'm happy. I feel really comfortable right here in front of this camera. Like I've done this probably at least 200 times. It's got to be way more than that, man. It's got to be way more. I've probably done this at least 300 times. Easily. Maybe. I don't know. Probably like 200, 300 sometime. And so I feel really comfortable here. And I feel like, this is the show is aesthetically so much more beautiful. My equipment is so much better than I had. That's me on my cell phone in the middle of Afghanistan. That's me in Afghanistan right there. Actually, you know what? Since we got everybody chilling, this is can we anybody who's been on my show before, please in the chat. Y'all seen me on Instagram Live. How cool is this format compared to Instagram? Like being able to pull this shit up right here and do this is where's my phone? I gotta tell people. That's the one thing that we're gonna have to struggle with for a while is bringing people over from Instagram to here. You know what I mean? Yo, yo, IG, y'all gotta come check us out, man. Look at this. How cool is this? When have you ever been able to just I get to pull up examples of things and play them? Ah, that's so fucking goat. Look at this.
about it because we're
Look at
talking
this.
about fulfilling
And then
destinies
it's
here.
in
You know
the
what I mean?
y'all
So
gotta come check me
if
out
you've
on
been on
YouTube.
Facebook at all
There's
lately,
like
you might
we
have
got some
noticed that
people
the
up in
tone
there.
and
We
maybe
got some people up in
attitude a
there.
little bit,
Jessica
frequency
up
in
in
which I've been
here.
posting is changing a
John
little
in
bit.
here.
And
Mikey Rose
some
in
people are
here.
feeling it, and I really
Arguel in
appreciate that. I
here.
appreciate
Yo,
all the
come hang
shares
with
and
us.
stuff, all
Come
my
hang with
posts and
us.
whatnot. What I'm working on, guys, is becoming a life coach and
Alright.
motivational.
So, anyways, that was Afghanistan, and then what happened was after that I kind of quit for a little while, mostly because I was oh I made this one. I can't even watch that video honestly. I'm gonna skip that one. So these are the two videos I made in Afghanistan, and like I said, both really cringy. I was still really sick, and then so I came home and I was excited to be home, and I was in a new environment, and so a lot of I'm telling you, man, you'll find so many excuses to not do the thing that you're called to do. But I was just staying home, getting distracted, and it wasn't till I realized that I was falling short on my mission in life that I like got this fucking fire lit in my ass, and I was like, you know what? I gotta get back into it. I gotta get it popping. And so I did via this video, and this
Hey
video
guys,
is the
here
same.
it is. I'm back, as promised. I always come back. always come back. But yeah, we're gonna make some changes here in 2017. Yes, that's right.
We
New
blogging or
things, new
something like
things.
that.
Yes, new things. And the first new thing is
Look at
this
this.
is a vlog, video journal.
I look like somebody who just got out of that game. Like, look at this fucking beard. I look like they just pulled me out of the cave. I look like not one of the good guys.
I don't care what you want to call it. It's me on camera talking to you. And that's the way it's pretty much gonna be from now on.
That's pretty
As
much
much as
how
I
it's gonna
want to
be
and
from
hope
now
to and
on.
envision this as one day being an educational thing where I can actually develop my programs and
What was that,
You
John?
look like you look like Bo Bergdahl, like you just got taken down to the cave in Afghanistan
I
and just
do.
surrendered for freedom.
I 100% do look like a refugee. 100%. Dude.
teach them on a camera, and just set it up. I'm gonna do that. Trust me, that's still my vision. But
Listen to what I say right here. Listen to what I say right here. I'm telling you guys, you just gotta get better over time. Listen to what I say right here.
To and hope to and envision this as one day being an educational thing where I can actually develop my programs and teach them on a camera, and just set it up. I'm gonna do that. Trust me, that's still my vision. But right now, I just don't have the time. I've fallen victim to the idea, is what it is, and I guess I'll teach a little more about that sometime, another time. This ain't what this video is about, really. But I
So cringe.
just getting my morning going here.
I had literally just gotten out of the shower and was like, no more. I'm sick and tired of making excuses. I was like so tired of just being like, well, I don't have a camera, and I don't have a this and that, and I don't have a nothing, and I don't know what I'm doing. And I just said, yo, fuck it. Grab the camera, go. And that's something we're going to talk about in a little bit when I get into this whole idea of resistance, how to beat resistance. We all feel it. We all get this feeling that we're supposed to be doing something different, or like you don't know how to do what you want to do or whatever. We all go through this,
Things
and so
cleaned up around the house and get ready to hop on the computer. But
I'm all sweating.
so yeah, I'll go back through one of these days and kind of get everybody caught up on the story up until this point. But I just noticed that I'm learning a lot of things and just great lessons are passing me by every day that I could just kind of shoot off the hip. Like I said, it's not very structured.
Hey, we got Courtney Cress in the bitch. Oh shit! Oh man, Courtney, what's good, love? How you been? Oh man, I love you, girl. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate that. So, anyways, that was it. That was it. It's like one day I just got sick and tired, and I think everybody kind of gets to this point where they had that thing inside of them, and it's calling them, and it's pecking, and it's just always like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I could just, or you see other people, and you're like, man, I wish I could be that. Like, how come I'm not out there doing that? Why am I working here or why am I in Afghanistan? Like, since when did my life calling become working on helicopters? Like, when did I ever choose that as a lifestyle or a life pattern? And you kind of wake up, and then one day the pain inside of not being those things, especially today when we have so many like things at our disposal to make whatever we want to make happen, like we have so many tools these days. It used to be really a lot more difficult to just start something like this. You had to probably have like you had to find investors, and not that you couldn't do it back then or whatever. It's just that there were so many more barriers to entry. Now it's so simple where you can just pick up your phone and just go. So many people right now who can just get on Spotify and release a song. Just go down to your local whatever, and get a paintbrush and a art, and just start going. Open up your laptop, start writing that book. Just whatever you feel like inside of you is like calling out to the world. You know. And maybe it's not that you know a specific thing yet, but maybe it's just like you don't want to be doing what you're doing now. You should go start seeking that. You should start trying to find out what it is that you really get turned on and are super passionate about. But once you narrow it down, you're gonna experience resistance, man. If you didn't notice, there's some similarities. What PewDiePie said, he said, "I don't really have a lot of time right now." He was like, "I don't have. I'm busy. I'm too busy, so I won't be uploading very often. My internet sucks." Like you can hear all these things that he was like using as excuses not to do the thing that he kind of knew he really wanted to do. Same with me, right? I was like, well, I've been so busy that I haven't been able to do this, but I'm just gonna, start in some way, shape, or form that I can. And so, guys, I just want you to know, like, everybody's fallen victim to this idea of analysis paralysis, right? That's what it's called, where you just like you feel like, okay, I want to do something. And so you start to set out, but instead of doing something, you want to learn how to do it, right? And you want to gather all the resources. And you want to, get somebody to approve of what you're doing. And you want to be mentored and somebody like kind of hold your hand and show you. There's just so many things that you kind of like in a way wish it would go down like that. But it's always, always, always going to come down to you just fucking starting the thing. Just start doing it. I talk about that in my Instagram this morning, and I talk about it in general, right? Is like the only thing that makes a painter is they paint. That's it. It's not that they paint good. It's not that they paint with the right brush. It's not that they use the right canvases. A painter paints. A singer sings. Like you just do the thing you want to do. That's it, period. And you get better over time. Like I'm not gonna say you're gonna be great off the get, but you can learn. You can always grow. You can always adapt. As I've done with this, I went from just the cell phone to finally now I am well educated in the topics that I want to speak about. I'm on this fancy, cool camera. I'm doing it all in the ways that I kind of envisioned and hoped and dreamed to be doing it one day. And even still, we're growing. Like this is only still a beginning, but it's always that constant evolution process. For some of my people out here, like Mikey Rose, if you're still in here, I know you've been doing this for a while. You know what I mean? So like you know what's popping. I encourage people like that who've started their thing and have been doing it for a long while. You forget sometimes. You get so deep in your grind that you forget. Go back like this and take a look back and see where you started. Listen to some of your very first songs. And that really will inspire you to be like, damn, like I'm out here getting it. Like I really am every day getting better. Too many years to count, right? I know. So many songs. I know. Your time coming too, buddy. Your time is coming too. I feel like it's happening right now. You're honestly one of the best artists I know. You should really link up with John Allen here, man. John Allen's been begging the homies for beats right now lately. He's been looking for the beats and he got some lyrical skill. But I think y'all would make a cool tag team. But anyways, go back and watch some of your stuff and see how you have been growing, see how you have been progressing, because it's easy sometimes to be looking at what you haven't gotten yet, how far you haven't made it. It's always easy to. This happens in all life, not just your grind. This happens in all life. It's like we as human beings are naturally like programmed almost to look at the things we don't have. This is why I think gratitude daily is such a important practice, because without consciously making the effort to think about what you have to be grateful for, our natural state seems to be focusing on lack and what we don't have. And same thing in your grind. It's easier to focus on, oh well, I'm still only getting 100 plays, or I'm still only this and that, rather than really seeing how your product has progressed and grown over time. So it's anyways, the whole thing is it's always going to come down to you just starting the motherfucking thing, right? You can go out and get I got the fancy cameras and all that stuff, but when I started just with a phone, like it doesn't matter. Like you get all those things in the world, and your first video or first song or first whatever is probably still going to be shit. It's just probably still going to suck. It doesn't matter because skill takes a long time to develop like there is no shortcut to that. That's something about the universal laws about cause and effect. Like there is no shortcut. So you're gonna have to grow into it no matter what. The fastest way to get that thing popping is to start now. Hey Michelle, thank you. I appreciate that. I love the background too. And this is just the one of the backgrounds. I'm gonna get way more backgrounds popping now that we got the cool setup. We're gonna make it better and better. It's gonna be so much like just exactly what I'm talking about. Like we're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep, and it's so cool that all throughout the process. There's people out here who love to try things before they're even ready. They're called beta testers. You ever heard of that? Somebody who wants to try the beta of something? Like, companies will put it out. They'll say, look, we just made this new program. It's got hella bugs. It does not work correctly. It's probably going to frustrate the fuck out of you. There's people out here who love that, who are obsessed with the idea of being the first people to know about something, or the first people to be on that wagon, and to help with the process. They want to be there to give feedback and to, teach people how to do this and what they thought about it. So, you'll find people all along the way who are gonna jump on. Some people aren't gonna fuck with it until it's a well polished product and you're dope. Some people won't fuck with you. You could be dope, but some people won't fuck with it until other people fuck with it. Some people are like those other people who need social proof, and they're like, well, if you got 1 million subs, I'll probably fuck with it, right? Like you'll find people. My water bottle is a shade of green, so it's doing the fancy dibby dabby. That's sick. Sick. Green screens. Modern technology, man. Fucking awesome. What kind of, like, look at the time we're living in, y'all. How exciting is this time that we're living in right now? What's good? Appreciate you, Courtney, for real. I gotta reach over here and read the comments on my on John's computer right now until I get it set up to where I can do it on my own. So, real quick, before we transition to this whole idea of resistance, right, which is the reason why most of us don't just start the thing we want to start. You hear people all the time. Everybody out here got some type of. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna start going to the gym. How come you talk to them like 2 months later, they're still not going to the gym? And you're like, what the fuck are you waiting for? Like, what? What, dude? Oh, I got a good one. I hope I'm not calling somebody out right here, but I probably am. Um, The other day I seen some girls posting about like they're like, ooh, I seen RodthePlanter. He's been doing this gratitude challenge. I'm gonna get on that. I'm gonna start doing this gratitude challenge. I just gotta go get me. I'm gonna get me a journal. Come New Year's, I'm gonna start doing this gratitude challenge. And I'm just like, why New Year's? Like, like you're talking about it right now. This is 2 good months away from New Year's. There's nothing to stop you from doing it tomorrow. Like a journal, you can go down to the dollar store and get one for 99 cents. A pen is like another 10 cents. So, but you see how we'll set up these weird barriers for ourselves? Like we'll be like, well, I can't do it because, I got to wait till New Year's Eve to get started or whatever. That's completely ludicrous. Just go get the thing. Start tomorrow. Tomorrow when you wake up, do the gratitudes. Bang, you're there. You're done. You're in it. You're in the gratitude challenge now. Like, so simple. But resistance is the reason why we don't do that. I'm going to talk about that. But before I do that, I really want to open it up for anybody who wants to get in on the show. I promise you, this show is so more supposed to be about y'all than it is about me, right? That's the whole one big change that I wanted to make in the format is that I want people to be able to be a part of the show and to interact with the show far more than you just listen to me talk, you know? In this case, right now, I'm filling the space talking about what I think is kind of relevant or important to the situation right now, just so that we can all get value out of the time that we're spending together, regardless. But it's my hope and my dream and my new vision for the future that over time, as the show grows, as more and more people come in, that more and more people will get on the Discord and will want to come onto the show and ask me questions. I'd much rather be conversing with people. Um, okay, I see that. Yeah, that makes sense. Uh, let me get that going. Let me get that going. I could do that. I would much rather you guys be able to get in on this than just having me doing it myself and talking to myself and talking about what I think is important. And not only just to listen to me or get advice from me or anything like that, but also too because you guys have some really good ideas. Like I'm not the only motherfucker out here who's well educated on this shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, and I'm very very aware of that. So let me restore chat, and in here I should be able to drop the Discord link. Okay, so I'm gonna drop the Discord link real quick for everybody who's been trying to do that. How do I do that, John? Invite. Okay, got it. Yeah. Copy and paste. Dang, chat game going crazy. I wish I could read the chats more. Not print. Not print. Oh, dude, this is so fun. This is so fucking cool. I feel like a real streamer. I feel like a live streamer. Okay, so Discord link. Bow, bing, Pascal. It's in the chat. Hit that link. If you're not already hooked up on Discord, Discord will prompt you to get all the things you need to like get that shit popping. But it should get you into our Discord server. Once you're into the Discord server, you'll see that we have a number of text like channels, number of text channels where we can post and talk, because it's supposed to be a group and a place where we can hang out also outside of the show, but to also interact with the show, and this is how you get live on the show. So you'll see there's a whole other section for RTP live show, right? And in there we have a room called the green room, so that the whole idea is that you can go in there, you can hang out in the green room. We'll see you enter the green room, and we'll be like, okay, cool. Somebody who wants to be on the show wants to ask a question. We'll go in there. John Allen will pull you out of the green room and into another secret room where he's gonna just talk to you real quick and just say, what's your question, what's your name, where you from, whatever, whatever. Make sure your mic quality is good and all that. And then once he's like established that you're good to go and ready to go and pre-screened you, he'll dump you into another room. Dump you. He's not gonna. He's gonna politely move you to another room, and then in that room, I'll come in and we'll be able to talk and chat right there. Bada bing, bada boom. And so that's cool. That's fucking awesome. It's gonna be really great. And if you do get into the show right, or if you get into the Discord right now, you'll notice that I haven't filled out the rules yet, and like all the like welcoming stuff, like all the kind of like header stuff, the explaining all the stuff I'm talking about right now is not quite in there yet. That will come probably tomorrow. I mean, I can't imagine I would do anything else with my time. So tomorrow I'll set all that stuff up and I'll have all the like kind of rules and just help you along. But in the meantime, highly suggest if you're watching the show now, you're definitely gonna want to be in the Discord. Like, there's really no reason why you wouldn't want to be in the Discord, but it's just gonna be a great way for you guys to be a part of the show. And make it less Rod ranting and more so of us hanging out together. Dude, I'm so excited for this little format because how many people have you seen have a live show where they interact with the guests or the people who are watching the show rather than bringing guests and stuff on? Like, you guys get to be the guest, and that's just cool to me. That's cool to me that you guys get to partake in this just as much as I do, rather than me bringing on a bunch of other pompous motherfuckers and me and those pompous motherfuckers sat there and talking about my body. So.
Just pretend it's Miss Cleo and this is some sort
Oh.
of.
We were laughing as I was coming on. I was like, John! I was like, this is so cool. I look like those old, call me now, and I read your psychic reading. Call me now. Y'all can't lie and say that's not what it looks like, huh? It looks like I'm like a whole. For 33 cents per minute, you can talk to me, and I'll rack you up for 100. That's free now. It's free in 2019. We're bringing Miss Cleo to you, free 99. Come talk to your boy. So, anyways, yeah. But I will do that kind of stuff. I will help you, in balancing your spirit, mind, and body. The cool thing about the Discord as well is that you can stay as anonymous as you want to stay. Make up your interesting, unique handle if you want to. You can change your nickname in there, so you should be able to change your name to be whatever you want it to be. Doesn't have to be anything proprietary to you, and that way you can talk as private or public, or because like sometimes we got like a lot of finding our spiritual center is dealing with repressed traumas. It's like shedding off a lot of conditioning, negative conditioning, things that have come through. Hey, be blessed. I see you. What's up? Thank you for tuning in. Hey, make sure you get in that Discord. I'm telling you, come on the show. But it's about letting go of a lot of trauma, working through things, starting to understand maybe some of the negative transgressions and things that have happened against you. Sometimes it's like, about getting called out on your bullshit, and it takes a lot of growth. You have to move through a lot of shame sometimes. You have to move through a lot of regret sometimes, and just a lot of negative vibrations that might be holding you down subconsciously. And I realize that can be kind of tricky to do in a public forum, right? And so the Discord should allow you, like, I won't put you on blast even if I know who's calling. Like, I'm not going to call you out. So you can stay as anonymous as you want to. It's like an anonymous caller type thing. It's like a radio show where people call in to get advice or something, or like a column. You ever see those columns where it's like, this is Nancy from Oklahoma, and my question is, my husband keeps cheating on me, and I don't know how to get it to stop. And, whatever, which I could talk about because I used to be a cheater, so. You'll find too, you'll find something else about me, guys. I talk a lot about the law of attraction and about spiritual essence stuff, but I've lived very, very many lives, like a lot of lives. Okay, like I've done a lot of things. I've been a lot of places. Not only did I do them and were there, but I was consciously working through them the whole time. So I have a lot of information to help other people consciously work through a lot of things that they're going through. I've been through all types of relationships, up, down, good and bad. I've been through all kinds of stuff, jobs, like you name it, just you name it. I've been broke, I've been rich, I've been all kinds. Maybe not rich, just depends on. Maybe not broke either. Kind of depends on how you define both of those things. But I'm saying I've been in a place where I felt really, really low and scared, and I've been in places where I felt like I was on top of the world and killing it. I know about mindset through all that stuff. I've been very, very sick, like extremely sick and dying. I've all of it. You name it, I've been there. So, well, maybe not everywhere. Yeah, you get what I'm saying though. I can help in a lot of situations. If not, I mean, maybe we can learn something together. We can grow together. It's pretty cool. Yeah, thanks. We can learn together. We can grow together. And we can figure it out together. So, anyways, just wanted to talk about that real quick. Hop in the Discord. Be a part of the Discord. I'm gonna turn some tunes back on. The tunage, baby. How cool is this, man? I gotta figure out what I can do and not do as far as copyright strikes go too. We'll figure that out as we go, just like we figure out everything else out as we go. But either way, yo, and please, if you guys are enjoying this and you've been watching me for a while and you know how much work and effort I put into this, like and subscribe. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and give them the old like. You knew it was gonna come. I gotta put one of those little things I can pull up like ding 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 ding, like and subscribe, like like a whole background there to be like subscribe. Oh God, oh guys, this is just the start. I mean, if you can't tell how excited I am about this, then you're crazy. Just wait. So much coming. So much coming. The green screen just opens up a world of possibilities for me. Like and subscribe. Ding, 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 ding. But no, like and subscribe. Not only like and subscribe, but tell a friend. Ask somebody else. Maybe they'd be interested in joining the show, and we can start growing this little community thing. It's gonna be 3 times a week. So nice. I've helped you so much. I'd like to think so. Thank you, Jessica, my beautiful wife. I hope that we've grown a lot together. Honestly, 85% of what I am, I learned from you. As in, learned through you. Working through our things together. Oh, thank you. Thank you, be blessed. Yes, I'm definitely trying to get better. Just trying to get better. It's so powerful. And so that's one of the things, right? Is you start something. It's important to know though, like once you started something and you've overcome resistance. Maybe I'll talk about that after I talk about resistance. Okay. So let's just talk about resistance first. You're gonna start something. You want to do something. You want to be something. This could be all kinds of things, guys. You want to quit smoking. You want to start going to the gym. You want to, like I said, start a new hobby or art form. You want to quit your job. Like there's so many things that you might want to do. And you really, really want to do them. Like, you've already thought about how they're going to be beneficial to your life. And that you want to, but for some reason you won't do them. Who's been here? You want to go to the gym. Hell, I know somebody right now who can raise their hand in the chat, right? You want to do it, but you don't do it. Why don't you do it? Just think about it for real right now. We're doing a mental exercise. Think about that one thing that you want to start doing. Maybe it's a habit that you want to create. Maybe it's an art a grind that you want to start. But there's something right now that you want to make happen in the world, and you're not making it happen. Why are you not making it happen? And you have reasons, right? A reason came to mind. Right now you were like, well, because I don't have the money, or I don't know the skill. I haven't learned about it yet. I don't have the right proper space. There's somebody else I've heard lately. There's all kinds of things where you have like reasons. If you listen to my YouTube video, I didn't have enough time. That's always a big one, right? Is that you're so busy that you just can't make this happen right now, right? Guys, those excuses that seem so legitimate, they seem so logical in your mind. You're like, this is the reason why. I'm telling you right now, it's a part of your brain called resistance, right? I like to think of this person who brings resistance into my life as my body, right? He looks shyer than you in first videos. Who's that? Oh, either way. Yeah, but there's this part of me, there's a part of you I like to call the body, right? I think your body is the lowest vibration of you as a thing, right? You have your spirit, your mind, and your body. I think the body vibrates kind of at the lowest form, right? It's made of the earth. It craves things from the earth. It's your body that makes you have to eat, sleep, what makes you want to fuck everything under the sun. It's your body that has the natural drives that come from being a human being, right? And so it's constantly in this state of craving. Well, I think that that's the thing that always too. It seeks security and safety more than anything under the sun, right? It wants to be comfortable. Everybody, you hear this all the time. People want to be comfortable. Why you want to have more money? So you can be more comfortable, right? You can live a more convenient, comfortable life, make things easier for you. Why you want to anything you want, right? You just want it to be easy, comfortable. That's why our society's gotten so about like fast, easy. We're all turning into Wally, right? It's just because we want things to be comfortable. Comfort is like a lot of people's driving factor, and those people tend to be living from their body space, right? Listening to their body talk all the time. And it's your body. The last thing your body wants is growth and change, right? Your body simply wants to survive. It thinks of, like I said, it comes from the earth. It's literally made of dirt, right? Like you got to think about that. Like it's made of physical elements, right? And so it just wants nothing. It knows that its time is short on this planet, right? The body knows that, like, yo, we only get like 100 years. It wants to survive. It wants to make that as easy as possible as it can. And so in that, your body wants, its chief concern and desire is to be comfortable, not to grow, not to be successful, not to make it to the top, not to get, things that you want in the future. Like it doesn't care about any of that shit. Right now it's like, yo, we should eat something right now. I'm hungry. Like I'm tired right now. I want to sleep. I want to be comfortable. Don't do anything that's going to stress us out, right? In that, it creates its own reasoning, right? You got to understand, like I think about my mind, my spirit, my body is like a little tribal council inside of me. They all get their own voice. Like my body tells me a lot of times what it wants me to do and thinks I should do. And my mind is always there trying to rationalize and look and do science and say, well, this is where we're at and this is where we're not at and this is what we think. We're winning. We're not winning. I think we're losing. I think we're tired. They're always, they both got their voice. And then the spirit. Now, what I found too a lot about your spirit don't talk much. Your spirit, it's kind of like God, like you don't hear God talk to you very often. It doesn't just tell you, but it's always there. And it's always just kind of watching and knowing. And it's just like it knows what you want to be. It knows what you love. It knows what your truest potential is. It knows where you should be, what you should be doing, how strong you should be. It doesn't get tired. It never sleeps, right? Your subconscious mind, does your subconscious mind go to sleep? Does not, right? While you're sleeping, conscious mind, body, subconscious, always there. Always awake, always keeping you alive. Mind blown. I'm telling you, it's the truth, right? It's conscious and it's unlimited in its power. It doesn't need sleep. It doesn't need any of these things, right? So, dude, your body, when you want to do something new, like your spirit might whisper to you, start a YouTube channel. I think you'd be made to be a public speaker, right? I hear the people and I'm like, man, these motivational guys really pump me up. I feel like I could be one of those guys. I feel like I got the skills, I got the desire, I want to do that. That's what it says. Guess who's right behind it? Body. And body's loud as fuck. Body like is the most related to this plane, so you can hear it loud and clear. Him and mine or her, mind like to hang out together. So your mind and your body be like, fuck that. Dude, how the fuck we supposed to, here go mine. How the fuck we supposed to do that? We don't got no money. Look at these guys. They're rich, they're famous, they talk, they this and that, they that. You ain't got none of that shit. You ain't none of that. How the fuck you supposed to do any of that, right? There's mind. And the body's like, nah, bro, I'm hungry. I'm tired, bro. Nah, let's just chill, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm anxious, bro. Nah, thank you. That makes all that shit that mind's talking about right there make me anxious. I don't like none of that shit, right? So you get all these things. This is resistance, right? It's overcoming those guys all the time to live more in alignment with your spirit. So these cats will hit you with all this bullshit about all their reasonings why they don't think you should do it. I love to use this example when I'm talking about the split of these three things. It's like when I'm on the treadmill sometimes, right? And like this morning I experienced it heavy. I'll set a goal for myself 2 miles. I don't know where I get that goal from. You know, I don't know, but I just, the spirit's like, yo, we should do 2 miles. You can do that. 2 miles would be great. That'll be a good pump. You'll really have pushed yourself and gained something from this. At about 150, 160, body starts going. Body's like, yo, my legs hurt, bruh. Like, you need to stop. Like I am dying. I can barely breathe. It starts telling me all these things. And these are legitimate reasons. I can feel it. I'm like, and you're like, you're right. I probably should stop. Like, I feel like I'm dying. I feel like my legs are going to fall off, right? Body talks to you and it tells you, it's trying to tell you resistance. It's like, you stop here. Like, you're good. You're making us way too uncomfortable. I'm afraid we're going to die, right? It's always fear-based. And so it's just like afraid. And now I'm sitting here like rationalizing between these two things in my mind. I'm like, my conscious mind, right? I'm like, all right, it's true. My legs are tired. I'm breathing very heavy and it's very painful. But also realizing that my body breaks far before my spirit does, right? So my spirit ultimately will take care of me. So what do I mean by that? What would happen if you really are running entirely too hard and you're just doing way too much? What would happen? You would pass the fuck out. That's what would happen. Your body would literally shut down. Like, if it was going to shut down, your spirit would say, look, you're doing way too much. You're about to kill yourself. Shut all that down. And you just fall off the treadmill, right? That'd probably be pretty painful. You probably hurt yourself, right? But is that going to happen at 150 mile 1.6? Is that going to happen right there? Probably not. It's really just resistance. It's your body screaming out saying, we can't do this. I don't want to do this. This is too hard, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is your spirit has already set a goal of 2 miles because it inherently knows that you can do that, right? There's something that they talk about in the law of attraction where if your mind can see it, you can achieve it, right? Like, you would not come up with the idea, like, how much money do you want? You'll say a number, right? Where you get that number from? How you know that's how much money you want? How come some people want $20,000 but some people want to have $20 million, right? It's because inherently your spirit knows. Your spirit knows what you want and what would make you the happiest and what you can do and accomplish and what you can't. So your spirit will pull a number out knowing that you can hit that. Already knows. So I set 2 miles. I know I can get there. But now I have to fight against that resistance for that whole, dude, and I did it this morning. I'm using a real life example. For 0.4 miles, every 0.1 that would tick off, I'd be like, I really want to stop. I really should quit this. I really have no idea if I can. I'm at 0.7 and it is so hard that I cannot see how I'm going to make it to 2 miles. Right? This is resistance. It's screaming at me to just slow down, slow down, slow down. It was my conscious choice to say, no. That's just resistance. That's just my body. If I was really going to die, I would have died. If I was really about to fall off this treadmill, I would have fallen off this treadmill. That's what would have happened. So I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to keep going. And I constantly push myself. Constantly saying, nah, 2 miles. We can do this. Don't matter how bad it hurts. Doesn't matter how much I want to stop. That's all just resistance keeping me from my goal. Keeping me, trying to hold me down. And so I push and I push and I push. And then you get to that point where now it starts to look realistic. You're like, oh, I'm at 1.81, 1.82. And I'm like, all right, well now, 2 seem kind of close. And I'm actually feeling pretty good. Like now all of a sudden I'm like, I'm not that bad. I might make it. I might fuck around and make it. Then you get to that point where it's like, if I stop now, I'd be a dumbass. 1.85, 1.9. I'm like, dude, you already made it this far. Just go. Just go all the way, right? This is a conversation that we all have in our minds, right? Most people might not make it to that 1.9 talk because once 1.7 happens, when 1.6, when right there when their body's like, that hurts. Stop. You stop. A lot of us aren't in touch enough with our spirit part that as soon as we hear the first thing that says, yo, you can't do that, or you shouldn't do that, or you don't have that, you stop, right? You immediately stop. How come sometimes when you see people and they're not doing the thing that they want to do, you ask them why, the reason never makes any sense, right? So like I was just talking about with the journaling girls. They're like, well, on New Year's Day, I'm going to start. For my New Year's resolution, I'm going to start journaling. Why can't you start tomorrow? How does that make any sense, right? But they don't challenge that idea. As soon as it comes up as idea, they think they're doing good, right? That mind, like, takes the safest, easiest possible route to make something happen, if they make it happen at all, and it will take that. So it will say, well, why don't you go to the gym? I don't have enough time. You have all these reasons why you don't have enough time. Can you not make time? Is time not something that you like? Do we not have full control over our schedule? Because I could have swore we do. I could have swore that every single thing that you do in your day, you choose to do that for whatever reason, right? But you choose to go to that job. You choose to eat that meal at that time. You choose to how much time you spend with your kids, how much time you sleep, what time you wake up. You choose all those things. Do you or do you not? You do. So you could make time. Like, you might not have time right now in your current state, having not done any of these things at all, but you could easily make the time to do that, to move something around in your schedule, to get it popping, right? But a lot of us don't condition ourselves to live from that spirit side, to push ourselves past resistance, right? Once you understand the concept of resistance, it's so much easier to beat it. Because every time that I hear something, if I set a goal, if I say 2 miles, I'm running 2 miles. If I'm not running 2 miles, it's because I passed out. That's why. Come get the ambulance. I'm passed out. Now that's the reason why I'm not making it. But it's not because, I felt like I was gonna pass out. I used to tell people this all the time in the army. They'd be like, "Sorry, I'm about to puke." I'm like, "Puke then. Don't tell me about it." Puke. What are you talking about? If you're talking about puking, you're not about to puke. If you're running so hard that you can talk about puking, then you're not about to puke, because you would be actually
If you're
puking.
gonna talk about it, you better be about it.
You know?
Show me some proof.
Show me. Puke all over this motherfucker right now. Let me see it. But if you ain't about to do it, then shut up and keep running. Keep going. That's me. I tell myself that. But you condition yourself to understand that once you've set a goal for yourself, once you say, I'm going to do this, I know resistance is going to come. When I said, I want to start this live show, so much came up. So much was like, but you know how the equipment and the lighting and the this and that. Only thing stopping me from getting to this point was me doing all the things I just talked about. Even to the point where I got to the point where I was sitting around for days talking about, I just haven't really picked a start date yet. Pick a start date, dummy! Like, what are you talking about? Literally, all you got today, tomorrow, right now, go. Like, why haven't you set that date then? Just do it, right? Just set the date. But the conversation with myself is so much different now, where I'm like, all right, well, that's resistance. Like, start a date. And John was like, we can do it Monday. And as soon as he said Monday, I was like, nah, that's too soon. I'm not ready. I was like, nah, that's resistance. Monday, you're right. Let's do it. Monday, it's a go. Monday, it's a go. And then even to the point where it's like so many times where it was like, oh, well, Brody, I forgot about Brody's thing. Brody, I had the parent-teacher conference. It's so easy for me in that moment to be like, sorry guys, tomorrow, because I had the parent-teacher conference. So, like, it would all make sense, right? But that's resistance, right? That is always that thing that comes up to try and stop you from doing the thing that you really want to do. It's just, if you've ever heard it from another mythical side, the devil and the angel, they both exist. They're real. They're both two things. If you're your mind, here's your mind in the center, deciding where you're going to go. You have your spirit, who knows your unlimited potential, who knows your highest order and goals and the things that you want to be and accomplish in the world. It doesn't care about what people think about you. It doesn't care about what you've done in the past. It knows that you could be anything you want to be. It knows that you're infinite. It knows that you can attract and manifest your best life, period. There is no discussions about that in the spiritual realm. And then you have the devil, who's from this earth, who's your body, right? Who's made of atoms and wants to be fed and hungry and scared and tired and all these negative sides, and you're right in the middle. And you're always constantly making the choice to who you're going to listen to, right? But once you've really established that, like, this is the same idea. So that resistance is always going to be there. If it wasn't there, guess what? We'd all do the things we want to do, right? Everybody out here would be fit as fuck. There'd be no reason not to go. You'd be like, hey, I want to go do that, and then you just go do that. But always, every person, name one person you know right there right now who don't have an excuse. Everybody got an excuse. Oh, I'm glad. Yo, please come back. Not only should you come back, they'll be here forever and ever and ever on YouTube. Like, I'll repost them after I'm done, so you can always come back, watch ones that you missed, come catch up on them. Whatever you got to do, guys. Yeah, I appreciate you tuning in. Anytime you tune in, the like means so much to me. Oh, yo, thanks. I appreciate you, Arkwell, too. The flex is always hard. Love that. So, yeah, guys, if you tune in just for a second to just drop a like and disappear, like, I get it. I appreciate you no matter what. Definitely check out the Discord. Thank you so much. And I hope that this is valuable to you. I really do. If you do stick around for a little bit and you're hearing the things I'm saying, I really hope that they help and resonate. It's not I'm not just trying to talk to hear myself talk. Like these things are true. Like this is stuff that has stopped me from being the person that I wanted to be for 32 years. You know what I mean? 32 years. Here I am just now learning how to beat back this idea of resistance. The great thing about resistance, or the great thing about this whole thing, is just like with anything else in the world, you can practice and you can get good at it. You know, when I first started, trust me, guys, I buckled just like everybody else. Today, even sometimes now, I still buckle. You know, still set goals for myself that I don't go out and do for whatever dumbass reason. You know, I let everything else. It's so funny how sometimes you can write out a list of goals and then go out in the world and do everything but those goals. It doesn't make any sense. I've done this plenty of times. It's always there for every single person. There's not a single person you know now who does something miraculous and doesn't get nervous about it or doesn't have an anxious feeling. I hear about people who've been on stage hundreds and hundreds of times and yet still every time they go up to get on stage, they get nervous. Why? Because resistance will always be there for anybody and everybody, always. Yep. Who's that? Michael McDonald.
Yeah, you're talking about, every time you go up on stage, you're always nervous. And I got the chance to meet Michael McDonald, and that was one thing Michael said to me. He's the guy from Doobie Brothers, Yamo B there. He's got that specific voice.
Yeah.
I got to meet the man and talk to him, and that's.
Oh, cool.
He said, I just to this day, I still get the jitters. I still go up there and fight that resistance.
100%. And so yeah, I'm telling you, man, everybody carries this around. It's just some people have learned to beat it back. You hear these people who are really like inspire me, and I hope to be just like them, and that's where I learned it from, is other people, and they would say, yo, I was scared, but I did it anyways. I didn't know what I was doing, and I just did it anyways. And you just kind of figure it out as you go. You just keep staying with it. You keep staying consistent, and over time, you learn and you grow. And then what was once hard becomes easy. What once seemed like you couldn't do it, didn't have no way to do it. Now it's second nature. Now it's something that you do, and other people look at you and they're like, "How you do that?" You know what I mean? I just do it. I just practiced a lot, and now this is just what I do. So, the more you practice beating back the resistance, the more it's like a muscle. The more you work that out, the better you become at it. So now, like I said, when I hear resistance, I see it. I know what it sounds like. I know what it is. I immediately be like, "Fuck that. This is what we're doing." If anything, when I feel resistance, I'm inspired to take more action. That's like a compass for me now to be like, "Yep, you're on the right track. Yep, you're feeling resistance, so this must be important. This must be something that you actually want to do or have or be," and I just go 10 times harder on it, and I'm just like ready to go for it. So, check that out. Just start to try and become aware of that within yourself. Realize that I know it seems real. I'm not sitting here trying to it seems so. You really do feel so busy. When I watched back that video where I'm like, I'm too busy, I really did feel like I was super busy. Like there was just no way that I could find time to do what I'm doing right now. I made time. Here I am making time. I quit my job. I just did whatever I had to do to make time. Whether that be like I started waking up 2 hours earlier than I was already waking up. But you can always figure it out. You can always push through that resistance and work your way through it to get to where you want to be, do what you want to do. Anybody can. Anybody can. And I guess that's kind of segueing into, I haven't seen anybody come into Discord yet, no? So I still hope you guys get in the Discord. Even if you don't want to be on the live show, that's important to note. Even if you don't want to be on the show and call, the Discord's still a great platform for you to get on there. I'll be sharing things in there. John be sharing things. Other members can share things. And so, like I said, it's just a community, like a forum for all of us to hang out, share inspiration, share art. I'm one of the few people who've actually, I encourage you to self-promote in there. I mean, I don't encourage you to come into my chat and spam. If you come in there and just spam us over and over and over with your links, then I'm probably going to shut you down. But there's a whole section in there that says share your art, where I want you to come in and tell us what you're working on. Show us your new painting. Show us, whatever. Come watch my YouTube channel. It's like self-promote. I think that's great, I think that we should all be out here trying to grind, get on our grind, be the thing we want to be. And I know that when you're trying to do that, when you're honestly trying to do that, you need support. You need people who are going to resonate with it, and you got to find places that you can go to find that support. So let that be something that you do in the Discord. whatever. Find inspiration, share inspiration, learn, teach, do whatever you guys want to do. But I do ask that if you come in there and become a part of the kind of official grind gang group, to really try and keep it self-development focused. Like there's plenty of places to go and talk about what you're watching on Netflix or what so and so did in the news and all that stuff. Like there's just so many other places to do that. I would really like to keep this a place where we're really focused on things that help us grow and become better and that are really pertinent to you as a human being in your own life, not about what's happening in other people's lives or the world, or just purely about like being entertained. There's just so many places to go for that. For entertainment, this is supposed to be a real resource for people who are trying to develop and grow and progress in life. So if you come in, please be about that. So anyways, tools. I was segueing into tools that help us overcome resistance. Like ways that we can really fight back that system. And like I said, the step one is to identify that resistance is a real thing. That a lot of times your excuses for not doing the things that you want to do are complete and utter bullshit. There's just no other way to say it. Like the way I look at it, the way I've always looked at it, not always, but the way I started to look at it when I wanted to come out and chase my success is, this is my life. This is my life. Like, I only get one life. Like, this is the life that every minute that goes by is my life, right? And for whatever reason, our society and our culture, just over time, we've come to not appreciate that anymore. Like, we let other people decide what our life should be about, or what we should do with our life, or what we should spend our time on. And we forget that time is your greatest resource. You can always make more money. You can James Maroney! Yo! My God! Yo, I can't wait to see you, bro. We're gonna come down and hang with you too. Me and Jessica, we're gonna come spend some time with you too, bro. John Allen up in here. He in the show with me right now. It's all good.
Yeah, don't think I forgot about you, James.
Yeah.
Don't think I forgot. It's happening. You're on my list.
Can't wait. The whole gangs get back together. But so what was I talking about? Tools, yeah. Recognizing that the resistance is real. Oh, for some reason in our society we don't value our time, right? Like time is like the one thing we're always trying to distract ourselves, or waste time, right? Or whatever, like we never want to spend our time doing things of quality. We're always just like trying to get through things. Like we'll spend 5 days of our life trying to get through a week to just get to 2 days of our life that we kind of appreciate it. But even then, we just binge. It's just this weird thing that's happened where people forget how important your life truly is. I just think we don't think about death enough. That's what I think it comes down to. Is like we avoid thinking about the fact that we're gonna die, and so it causes us not to appreciate the life that we're actually living, right? But let me tell you, back to what I said. This is your life, right? There is nothing more important than you doing what you want to do with your life. There is nothing. There's no amount of chores. There's no amount of job. There's no amount. Even your kids. Like I got kids too, and I get that. Trust me, I get that you to an extent put yourself on the back burner for your children. I get that, but they're gonna have an opportunity to live their own life too. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna go off and do their dreams. Hopefully, you hope that, right? That's what you would wish for your children. So you using your children as an excuse not to go out and live your life, that's still just you creating excuses. Like. We've all had parents that are like, oh, I couldn't be successful because I had you fucking kids. Like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? I sit here and watch you watch fucking Roseanne on TV every goddamn day. Don't try to put this shit on me. I'm not the reason you didn't come out here and be that successful. You know what I mean? Like, we'll try and use all kinds of things as resistance, as excuses. So, this is your life. There is no reason not to live your best life. It just is no reason. If you don't like your job, you need to be figuring out a way to get the fuck out of the job, right? Like, life is not just about making money and paying bills. It's just not, right? So I just think about that all the time. When I think about something and I'm like, this is what I want to do, then there is nothing more important than what I want to do with my life. Like, what I truly feel like is valuable, happy work, right? Like, you will work. Like, you will. That's a natural instinct for human beings. Like, we always want to progress, we want to grow, we want to give, we want to produce. That's just something that is an inherent spirit thing. Like you don't see the universe just sitting around doing nothing, right? Like the universe is always in a constant state of motion and creation. So you as a human being, as a spirit, part of that spirit, you'll always want to create. You'll always want to do things. So sometimes I hear these people like, I just don't want to do anything. I just want to lay on the beach and that bullshit. You'll only want to do that for about 10 minutes before you're like, I'm bored. I've been at this beach for fucking 10 months now, and I don't know, you know what I mean? Tired of looking at this beach. So trust me, you'll want to create something, but there's nothing more important to create than the thing that you truly feel like you should be giving to the world, or that you want to give to the world. And there's no reason why you can't live your life around that. Like almost everything that you think that you want to be or do, or even don't know yet, but you can find something or somebody out here who's doing something that will inspire you, right? And if they're doing it, then there's absolutely no reason why you can't do it. Doesn't matter how old you are, how short, tall, sick, poor, rich. Like there's people who've come from every single circumstance to do all kinds of different things in the world. Even if nobody's done the thing that you want to do, you want to be the first person to get out of our galaxy, fine. There was somebody who at one point did something that nobody had ever done before. So trust me, there's always somebody who's done something that you want to do, right? Somebody who was the first person to go to the moon, the first person to run the 4-minute mile, so you could break new ground and still not be the first person to do some shit, you know what I mean? Like there's plenty of people who've done that too. So there's always somebody you can look to, and through the law of divine oneness, which you can look that up. I'm actually going to be doing some YouTube videos on it, so check out my YouTube video about the law of divine oneness. Through that law states that we are all the same thing. We all have that spirit in us, and that spirit is made of the same thing, right? Our bodies might be different, our little devil shoulder guys might be different, our minds might be different, but all of our spirits are the same, and that power that's in you is in me, is in everybody, and so you can do the same thing or anything, if not better things than they can. So there just is no reason. You know, you're going to come up with these excuses. As soon as you hear an excuse and you know that we filter it differently. That's it, right? Exactly. Is that we're all the same energy, just filtered into a different vibration, a different experience. But the power is there. You know what I mean? The power to do those things is there. So any excuse you come up with is fucking BS, right? Like there's just, if that's what you truly want to do, if you want to be the first naked comedian, like get out here and start fucking working on reforms and whatever, like finding a nudist colony or whatever you got to do to make that a reality. But for you to be, why are you working at Starbucks? Well, because there's no other people out here doing nude comedy, or I don't think I can make money doing nude comedy. Like you have nothing better to do than try. You have nothing, like if that's what you really want to do, working at Starbucks ain't gonna make it for you. You know, like, it's not, you know, that dream doesn't just somehow disappear, right? Like you can bury it under a bunch of bullshit, but trust me, it will always nag and tug at your spirit as I should be doing more, I should be doing better, I should be doing different. And this is not what I should be doing. This sucks, whatever, right? So if this is your life and you really start to appreciate it for what it is, the fact that one day it'll be over and you'll be dead and there is no going back, there is no doing it over again, there is none of that, you really start to realize that, like, man, you know, maybe I should be broke for like 6 months trying to be what I want to be, rather than working so I can pay for this apartment that I obviously don't value, or else I'd be happy in it, right? And I wouldn't want to go do anything. Like I would be. Some people are very happy with their job, like that's their calling. They're living in the place they want to live. They're doing a job they want to do. They have investments and savings in the bank just in case that job decides they don't like them as much as they like their job. You know, like there's people who are doing the work thing the right way and the happy way, and I'm all for that, right? But my point is, if you have something and you're like not fulfilled with what you're doing, you have nothing better to do with your time than to try to be fulfilled with what you, yes, absolutely, it wants you to. You have nothing better to do than to go after that, right? That's I believe in destiny. Like I truly think that the universe makes us all unique, all different, all with special skills and talents and ways to be productive, because that's what it wants us to do. It all wants us to do our thing. You know, whatever your thing might be. My thing is this. You know, I know that this is my thing, right? This is the thing that I find the most joy from doing. I could do this all goddamn day and night. Honestly, I'm looking at the time. I'm like, man, I wish people would sit here for like another hour. You know, like, I really wish people would let me do this all goddamn night. You know, so you'll find that that's something that you just want to do, whether you're paid for it, not paid for it. or whatever. And I'm sure that if you make it your mission, you'll find a way. The law of compensation. If you can help somebody else do what you're doing, you will find a way to reciprocate the things that you need to produce the life that you want to live, right? You will. You will. But you're gonna have to go out and you're gonna have to do it. And like I said, so that's step one is valuing your life so much, understanding and putting your life into perspective so that you know that like this is what I gotta do. And even if you gotta work, even if you gotta keep working, but there's nothing worse than I see people working, but they're not also working on their dream, right? They didn't turn their job into a way to sustain and fuel the thing they want to do. They work and then they go and they distract themselves from the fact that they're not doing, smoke or drink or sit down, fuck around on video games and TV and everything else, gossips, just all kinds of stuff. Again, doing everything under the sun, but what you really truly called to want to do or that would be fulfilling to you. So if you do that work and you got to work for the rest of your life to make that other thing happen, then do that. Just work until it pops off, But having that vision, having that goal, having that thing that you're driving towards that is your highest potential, there is nothing better in life to do. There's just nothing better in life to do. That and love, right? Love some people around you. Find love, be in love everybody, and strive and trying to create. That's like the only two things you have to do that are. Like I said, what else would you do with your time? What else would you do? What else would you do? So that does a lot to beat back resistance. Every time I come up with some excuse or reason, oh, well, you got to do this. I could just die. I'm going to die either way, so why not just die trying to do this? Why am I going to die trying to work for the rest of my life when I could just die trying to be this guy? That doesn't make no sense. Just shut up. That don't make no sense. I'm not doing that, right? Second is, I hate that it always comes back to this, but it always comes back to this. Meditation. That good old meditation, baby. Who in here has already started the meditation game? Please tell me some of y'all are doing the meditation game. Alright, the meditation game, I talk about it all the time. Why meditation is important, right? And the reason meditation is important is because it helps you to be in touch with that spirit voice, right? I told you that spirit does not scream, it does not shout, it does not care if you listen or don't listen. It's just there. It's just there and it's just with you. It's guiding you, but it is not making you do it, right? You ever hear about like God, like it's not just gonna come down and be like, this is what you're supposed to do. Do it right now, goddammit. It's not gonna do that. So you're always gonna have to make the choice. And if you really want to understand that part of you better, if you want to be more in touch and let that part of you guide you, it will, but you have to seek and reach out for it. It's not going to reach out for you. The way you do that is through meditation, Meditation comes in all types of forms, all shapes and sizes. It's different to each person, and like I try and get my mom all the time to meditate, but like her meditation is like working out, like in her runs and stuff. A lot of times she's doing her well thinking, and I just tell her, I'm like, all right, well, just make sure you're tuning out all the other distractions. Like, but if that's your time to, you can't say my meditation is running, but then when you run, you listen to other podcasts or music or something else that distracts you away from actually, getting down to the core of that. But have a practice that helps you to drown out all the noise of the world, all the inputs and signals and things that are designed to stimulate your mind and your body. Shut those things down in a way so that you can get closer to the other part of yourself that is not concerned with all the things that are of the mind and the body, right? It's of the spirit. And so you meditate, whether that be sitting in the room alone. I throw binaural beats on or music that doesn't have words, right? Because music, your spirit does resonate with music, but when it involves words, now it's your mind still trying to calculate and add up all the different words and sing the words and understand the words. So like right now we're listening to lo-fi hip-hop. I'm telling you right now, you sit in a room with some lo-fi hip-hop on, just in a quiet space, and just listen to this for 15 minutes, you're going to come up with some really great ideas, right? You're going to find a part of yourself that you might not have known so much. And I particularly like binaural beats. I think that that's just like a technology that's advanced in the last couple of years that helps that process so much. Like binaural beats, your mind is always working on frequency waves, right? Thought waves, everything moves in vibrations. So this is music that's literally designed on a certain vibration, right? And so your brain, as you're listening to it in headphones or something like that, starts to tune your mind to the specific vibration, helping you get into the certain state that you're looking for to find your spirit self, right? to connect with your spirit self. So meditation does so much. Like even now, like I said, when I'm running, I can hear my spirit. Like I can hear my spirit telling me, "Bitch, you better run." Like I'll decide when you're done. If you really are in danger, I'll stop this right now. But you're not. Keep running. Don't care. And I like I can fight between those two. I hear it. I'm like, nope. Got to keep going. This is tough. It's really hard, but we're gonna go to 2. Like you better not. You better not quit. You better not fuck. I'll slap you in the motherfucking mouth. You quit right now. You know what I mean? So it cultivates this. That doesn't sound like positive talk, but trust me, it is. It's positive self-talk. But it'll cultivate this talk that pushes you, guides you, motivates you. You develop intuition. Kind of where, like I said, a lot of people are like, well, I don't know what to do, or I don't know where to go. Over time, cultivating that conversation with your spirit, it will guide you to the right way. Dude, the other day I was in meditation and my spirit talked to me more clear than I like literally like the clouds must have just opened up and like the heavens descended on me and it was like, this is what you should do. And I was like, I realized that I'm talking to myself in that moment. I get that, but that's the whole point, right? It's like there's a spirit side of you talking to yourself that knows what you want, knows your highest ideals, and you can get in contact with that through meditation, and then it can really guide you and help you. So I put it out there all the time. I'll forever continue to put it out there because it has just done magnificent wonders for my life. It's changed so much about who I am as a person for the better, right? It's calmed down so much of my anxieties and stresses and like I said, all the bullshit that comes along with a mind and a body. It's done so much to silence that and really make this voice the more predominant voice, my spirit voice, So in a way, it's like me and my spirit angel over here, like, we're like whispering, we're like, I see you over there, nigga, but I ain't listening to you, right? But most people, they can't even hear this guy. Like, they don't even know this guy. Like, you haven't even spent no time trying to connect with this guy, understand this guy. So it's you and the devil hanging out. The devil's like, go here, do that, sit down, sleep, fuck that, fuck this, right? And it's just nagging you. I'm anxious, I'm worried, I hate you, this is bad, this sucks, you'll never make it, you'll not do this, right? And you don't know anything about this guy, and so it's just meditation help you do that, and that'll help you beat resistance, right? It'll help you get started. The third thing I should have started with, this one kind of did, is just go for it. Just fucking do it. There's no, dude, I'm telling you, it'll always boil down to just doing it. You do it once, you'll feel good. Even if you don't feel good about what you did, you'll come up with reasons why you didn't feel good about what you did, and you'll be able to grow and change those things, right? But we as human beings, evolutionary animals, right? We're just good. Like, we build a tool, and then we want to make that tool better. Tie a rock to a stick, hammer. How can I make this hammer? Maybe shave it down. Maybe make a sharp side. Like, damn, I was hitting something the other day, and I wished it was sharp. All right, cool, sharp it down. Then now I got a sharp hammer. Oh, well, I was hitting my hammer, and my stick broke. Okay, cool, then make a stronger stick, right? But you have this natural ability to constantly improve, right? Constantly get better. So just start. Just do it no matter what. You're scared? Fine, do it scared. Get on here and stutter your way through it. Fine. You make a shitty song. Make 100 shitty songs. Like you want to be a rapper, an artist, whatever. You don't know nothing about it. Make it. Then go back and be open enough, honest enough, able enough to critique yourself. Understand. You're taking on a learner's mindset. You understand. Look, I don't need to be perfect. I'm just starting. Like, I'm just getting this going. I don't need to know what I'm doing. But when you go back and watch, say, okay, instead of going back and just, you suck, now you need to quit. Or that's what a lot of us do. Like, we'll do something and be like, that sucked. All right, I should never do that again. That's not true, right? All right, if you sucked, why'd you suck? Okay, how could you make it better next time? In what ways can you get better? Which ways can you develop that, right? And you just keep working and growing it, right? And then getting the things you need. All right, fine. I did a video. I like the way I talked in the video. I liked my personality in the video, but my camera quality sucked. All right, cool. So what do you need to do to get a better camera? All right, well, I don't have no money. All right, cool. So you need to start saving money, or you need to get a job, or you need to do whatever. And then you save up and you get the camera, and the quality's better. And now you're like, yay, better quality, but my audio sucks. Okay, well, what do you need to do to get better audio? I'll borrow my microphone from my friend over here. Get the microphone. Don't be afraid to go over there. Ask your friend. Help me. Can I borrow this? Can I do that? Will you come and John Allen, help me produce a show, please? I don't know what I'm doing. I need your help. Whatever. But
it would be my pleasure.
Thank you. So appreciated, sir. So, get in it and then just adapt as you go and grow. Don't be somebody who just blindly runs out, starts something, and then doesn't want to get better at it. That won't do you necessarily any good either. But if you take on the learner mindset instead of the master mindset or the growth mindset as they call it, there's people who have fixed mindsets and there's people who have growth mindsets, right? And a fixed mindset says that certain people have certain talents, certain people have certain abilities, some people are good at this or not good at that, and it is what it is, right? And so when they're not good at something, they just quit. They're like, oh, I suck at that. It's not my thing. I would love to do that, but I'm not good at that, so it's not my thing. Or you have a growth mindset, which is, all right, I tried this. This is what I did well. This is what I didn't do well. There's some way for me to grow on this, right? I can go get some help. I can get tutored. I can learn. I can watch a video. I can get better equipment. I can study. I can just practice. Sometimes it's just doing it, right? It's like there is nothing but just doing it over and over until you get better at it, right? But just starting, just fucking just going out and just doing the goddamn thing, right? I tell people sometimes, like, I want to go to the gym, but I never go. Fine, you can't find time to go do an hour and a half workout, which you're probably not going to do anyways if it's your first time going to the gym. Just go. Just drive by the gym on your way home. Park in the parking lot for 10 minutes. Just pull up. Stretch a little bit. Sit there. Just get out of your car and see what it takes to sign up for the gym. I guarantee you, once you sign up and you start getting charged $50 a month, you start thinking a little bit differently about whether or not you should be in the gym, right? And then you're like, well, damn, I'm spending all this money. I better go to the gym. And so you take your ass to the gym. And then you get there and you realize, oh, I don't know anything about working out. Okay, cool. So you're either going to get yourself a personal trainer or you go home and you watch some YouTube videos, right? And you're going to learn. You're going to do, I found me a cool little workout. Now you're going to the gym and you're doing a little workout, right? And you do maybe the workout's an hour long, but after 20 minutes, you're fucking exhausted. Okay, cool. So you made it for 20 minutes. Now you're going to do a little bit better, right? But it's about, yes, John Allen says, it's about establishing a routine. It's about, showing yourself that it's possible and working and starting to manifest that, starting to pull that into your existence, right? There's always a time where when you started a new job, for instance, right? You didn't know how to get to the job. You didn't know, anything about the job, but after time and time of doing it over, now you go to your job in your sleep. Every day you wake up in the morning, show up, drink a couple cups of coffee, you're in there. You can do your job, half sleep, you're hungover, you're just like, right? It just becomes second nature. But there was a time where it was a struggle. You had to learn. You had to grow through that process of starting that job. So get out there and just start. Just fucking start doing it. Just like my video, just like PewDiePie's video, you can see it. PewDiePie didn't have no fancy camera. He didn't have the time. He said, I don't have a lot of time. I didn't have the time. I didn't have a lot of time. I didn't have no fancy camera. I didn't have any, there's millions of people I could pull up right now where I just look at their first whatever, and they look like schmucks, and it's okay. It's okay. We all started that way. We all started at zero. We all had to grow. Yep, muscle memory for the mind, 100%. So, either way, anybody gonna come into Discord? Is there anybody in the chat right now, the live, who is willing to come on and just join the Discord and come on and just let me at least practice my little system of doing call-ins. You don't even have to have anything to say. Maybe you just want to do a shout out, but I would love to just get somebody in so that I can just test the system and make sure that works. Obviously I can do it with John or somebody, but I would love to just see how the process works of somebody else coming in and being a part of the live show. Like I said, if your Discord it's free to sign up. It's free. It's all free. It's all relatively easy. I mean, just with anything, it might take a little learning curve, but it'll work. Yeah, Jessica, come on in. Come on in. Get on the Discord and jump in the green room. It could be anybody. I mean, I swear, anybody. I would love anybody to come on. They don't even need to have a question or want to talk about anything. Just maybe you want to shout out, be like, hey, I'm in this bitch. Okay, cool. Thanks. Come on through. But in the meantime, I mean, we're gonna wrap it up here real soon. Pretty much after we get Jessica on the chat or in on the show, we'll let her do her thing, and then we're probably gonna get out of here. But I hope you guys had a good time. I had a blast. I totally did not think I would be able to. I didn't know, I guess, if I would be able to speak this long or make it as interesting this long without somebody's help. So let me know in the comments, let me just, drop me a comment on the repost or something and let me know, or feedback now of how I do. Is it worth your time? Was it not worth your time? Do you wish it was a certain way or better or worse? Like, I want to grow through this thing. I want it to get better. I want it to take off. So let me know how I'm doing. Maybe even give me like a shout out or something. Maybe bring a friend in next time. That'd be dope. We're gonna do it 3 times a week, right? And right now I got my eye on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon about the same time, Thursday afternoon about the same time, and then a Saturday morning show. So I mean, dude, if you're working or whatever, like there's gonna be a time in one of those that you should be able to make it work. Or, again, it's YouTube. You don't have to watch. Like it's cool. We'll be bringing stuff up and talking about certain things sometimes throughout the show, but it worked just as easy as a podcast. So listen to me on the way home. You're driving or whatever. Just to kick it on. I love that, and I really appreciate it. Not only do I appreciate the support, but I also think that it'll be a great benefit to you. A lot of people can testify to this, that listening to these types of talks and these types of educations, if you will, over time really does a lot to influence and condition your mindset. And so all I talk about is how to make you better, how to get better, how to grow, how to advance ourselves, how to be happier, smarter, faster. And listening to those ideas on a constant basis will do a lot to condition your mindset to be that way naturally. We as human beings learn from each other. Like that's just facts, right? You learn from teachers or YouTube videos or wherever you learn from, but it's always people influencing each other, right? Some people are influencing you for the better. Some people are influencing you for the worse. Same as you're doing, you're influencing people for the better or the worse. This is just a natural part of life. So coming in here every time or as much time as you can does a lot to influence you and what I hope to be better, to be faster, stronger, smarter, more in touch with your spirit, mind, and body so that you can use each one of those things to the most efficient way possible to get and manifest your best life. That's just all I'm into. It's like manifesting happy, successful people who aren't out here complaining and hurting other people because they're unhappy, right? The more happy and peaceful and successful we all are, the better this world will be. So trust me, this show can do a lot to make that happen for yourself. Yeah, first time taking rehab. Oh, see, so dude, I mean, you'll be so surprised how many people learned about meditation in a rehab type setting. It does so much. A lot of people talk about this. Like addiction is not a cause, but a symptom. You know what I mean? Like it's a symptom of an underlying cause. A lot of times it's us trying to repress something or some feeling, and so meditation do a lot to just get centered with that to overcome that for sure, for the better, and so that way you can really let that go. And then a lot of times as we gain that type of practice, the things that are of negative influence on us, the more we get in line with our spirit, the things that have been negatively influencing us tend to fall away. Right? Your spirit tends to be a very high vibration. It's like your highest vibrating self, right? Essentially, it's your higher self, have you heard him called maybe? So it's like your ultimate highest vibration. And when you start reaching that, like look at me here. Like in that video I showed you guys, I'm sick and I'm tired and I'm dying. Like that was me at a very much lower vibration than I'm at now. And so that's just me at a very low vibration. Not a very low vibration. I've always been a very positive person, but I was not doing things very well with my body. I was taking a lot of medicines and things because I thought that I had this disease, and I was just doing a lot of things that were of a lower vibration that were hurting me. As I raised my vibration, now you can see me now. I'm so much happier, clearer. Look how much more I smile. It's just like you can see it on people. The more that they get in line with that spirit side of themselves, a lot of the things that were negatively affecting them fall away. They just tend to fall away like that. So yeah, we were able to get her in. No? All right, well that's all right, we tried. But did she at least be able to get into the
We're experiencing some minor technical difficulties.
minor
If you could just bear
technical
with us,
difficulties?
We're just, a couple people in their 30s trying to
learn modern technology. I understand. Was she able to get into the Discord server?
I currently have her as a friend, but I don't have her in the Discord server. So it's I think she's on mobile as well, which is not very easy to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because she has to get probably onto the link or whatever. Interesting. Yeah, I see. All right. Okay, well that's okay. That's all right. We're trying. We're trying. You know, we're working on it. We're working on it. We'll grow. We'll grow. We'll figure it out as we go. And then one day we'll be having this shit running off top, on lock. It'd be good. It'd be good. Hey, if you got some questions, if you like to say Jessica, she's laughing. Yeah, she's done. If you got some questions, whatever, drop them in the chat. We can read the chat right now. Or if you want to say anything, by all means. Again,
And we appreciate you, Jessica. Thank you for trying.
I so appreciate everybody who tuned in today to check out my very first episode. You know, this is so cool. I think that the new format's gonna do us wonders, man. I think it's gonna be spectacular. Like I said, I'm only gonna grow from here. Only gonna have cooler and cooler things to show you. Pull up, you know, and we'll talk about them. Like I said, as I figure out cooler things to do with the green screen. If you hated this background, don't worry. Next time it's gonna be different. It's always gonna be different. I'm gonna change it every single time. So it's just like I'm so excited for this thing. Also, too, the headset and all that. Probably gonna lose that eventually as I get some speakers and a microphone and all that. So I'll probably just be rocking, you know, just a whole different setup. We're just gonna keep growing, baby. It's gonna be so cool. Like I said, again, thank you so much. Yeah, hearts, much love. Discord server. Last time I'm gonna shout it out, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be integral to being a part of the show. Is being in the Discord, and that's just gonna be cool outside the show. I just fully intend to run with that as like an official group place, a meeting, gathering place for the Grind Gang. It's Grind Gang Church, baby, is in the Discord. So being a part of that, I love y'all so much. Thanks for buying the sweatshirts, everybody who bought a sweatshirt. So fucking cool of you to just support me. That goes in so much to helping me grow this and make this thing cooler than it already is. And I'm just so excited, man. If you can like, if you can share, if you can subscribe, whatever you can do. If you give money, I don't care. Just do whatever you can do to help us be a part of this. Yeah, the Instagram, Twitter, and the Facebook. That's true too. I'm on all those things. Instagram, Twitter. I'm not so much on Facebook anymore, but best believe I'm gonna get back into it because I told y'all this year, 2020, I've already started, but in 2020 I plan on being a social media monster. Like I'm just gonna take over all these platforms. This positivity shit, this shit, people needs to get this shit. As far as I'm concerned, like I think people needs to get this shit. So I'm gonna do my job, and the rest of the universe, you know, the universe figure it all out from there. But I'm gonna be on all these platforms trying to share my knowledge or just whatever, be here for people in any way I can. Whether that just be talking to you guys, inspiring you, hopefully maybe just you feel good vibes kind of flowing off of me or something like that or whatever. You know, but I'm going to try and keep adding as much value to your life as I possibly can in any form that I can, whether that be Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, our new YouTube live show. Also, last little announcement, not only am I doing a live show, right, which is going to be 3 times a week, but then I'm also going to be doing like VODs, if you will, but just like regular YouTube videos, right, where I'm going to talk about very specific topics. Because like I said, I hope to, as the show progresses, I hope that it becomes more about me talking to other people. Like that's what I truly want this part to be about, is about conversing and discussing and life coaching or advising, whatever you want to call it, but just talking to people. I would love this show to be about me and the Grind Gang, not just me, and then I'll have videos where I'm just kind of talking about this stuff and laying out really cool ideas like, you know, resistance and starting and spirit, mind, and body, and meditation, and working out, and finances, and all the cool things that come along with like creating yourself as a successful human being. Oh, yeah, and League of Legends, not tonight, but yeah, I'm gonna start streaming League of Legends too because I love to play. That's something that a lot of people don't know about me. Is that my fun thing, if you will? Like everybody has like their thing that they do to like entertain themselves. Some people got like a lot of things they do to entertain themselves, but my one thing is play League of Legends, and so I'm gonna start. I'm very much a proponent of, if you love something, this is a great place to end this too, I think. Is if you love something, that's probably where you should start looking for your purpose. You know, that's probably where you should start looking for your grind. Is like if you love documentaries, right, or whatever, you just love watching documentaries and that's just like your shtick. You like sit at home all day watching documentaries. That's great, right? Starting there, like maybe getting into making documentaries or writing reviews about documentaries or doing something where you produce in that space is probably your best bet to starting to find something that really inspires you, motivates you, and you're excited to do. Right? Like a lot of people, they like basketball. So you can be a consumer of basketball, or you can sit back and watch basketball. I'm using John Allen as an example here. You sit back and you watch basketball. That's great. Be that. Watch all the basketball you want to. But then maybe also find a way to produce in that space too. Whether that become a pundit or, like I said, an article writer, or maybe a towel boy, or just whatever. Like think about if you like watching basketball on TV. Think about how much you'd like it watching it courtside as a referee, or I was watching it as a statistician. Whatever. We're all gonna have hobbies, things that we just like to do for fun, just purely just for all our enjoyment. That's great, but I'm just saying if you're somebody who's still looking for their purpose or don't really know what you feel like you're supposed to do in your life, start around something you love. Like before I ever came out to be this guy, RodthePlanter, I love still to this day watching things about self-improvement, self-development, self-help, whatever you want to call it, motivational speaking, life coaching, whatever you want to call it. Like I consume that content on a daily basis, ungodly amounts. How do you think I know this stuff? Like how do you think I'm educated enough to come out here and talk about it, right? Like every morning I read a book or I listen to an audio book about something like influence, time management, working out, like spirit stuff, like any of this stuff. Like I love it. Tony Robbins. I've watched the Tony Robbins documentary like 15 times, like far more than any other human being has probably seen it, right? Like all these things, I consume that stuff, and so it was only a matter of time before I said, just like in this, I feel like I have my own ideas. I feel like I have my own ways that I could go about doing that, and so you go do that. But maybe like it's like basketball, and you're not. Like I'm not gonna be a professional League of Legends player, okay? Like I just know that. Like I said, your spirit knows what's for you and what's not for you. So I'm like, but thinking outside the box, like, okay, I can't be a professional, but maybe I could be somebody who's entertaining to watch play, right? Or maybe I could be a League of Legends blogger or a pundit. Here I am with the headset on right now. Maybe one day I can call League of Legends games and be like, all right, and then so and so is this and that, blah blah blah, whatever, right? But finding a way that I can produce in that space does a lot to just, I think, make it more fulfilling for you. A consumer by nature, consuming things, it just is like a taking energy. And so a lot of us, like Netflix for example, we just take, just suck it up, without ever really giving anything back to that space or giving that to somebody else, like sharing that enjoyment with other people. And then that tends to become unfulfilling. It tends to become something that just distracts us or holds us down or whatever, right? So finding ways to produce in spaces that you like. So that's the same thing I had to do for League of Legends. I was playing a lot of League, and I was just doing it for fun, just like entertainment, just sucking it up, but not really giving back to it in any way. And so I felt like, well, how can I make this a more valuable use of my time, right? Rather than just entertaining myself, how could I make this a value to me or grow this community in a certain way or make it a better? And so I decided I would start streaming that stuff. Like I like to stream, I like to be live, I like to talk to people, and so maybe some people would like to watch me or hear me doing that in a League of Legends setting. So just same thing for you guys. If you like working out, maybe there's a way that you can contribute to that space in some way. You don't have to be the millionth fitness vlog. You can be if you want to be. I'm pretty sure people will watch it. But maybe you can design a new specific type of pants that everybody likes, or something, or create a new workout program that everybody fucks with, or whatever. Do it. There's a guy the other day who created Bang Energy. Like, who knows? There's just some way that you can get involved and find some type of purpose. And then now what happens is over time you do that because you love it, right? So you're like, I'm podcasting about whatever you love, basketball. You start the basketball podcast, and you're doing it because you love it. You're like watching it. You're like watching the basketball, and then you just go back and you do your podcast, and it doesn't really bother you. You're like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is fun to me. And then after a while, all of a sudden, next thing you know, you turn around and there's like 100,000 people watching you talk about basketball, And the next thing you know, you start getting brand endorsement deals and stuff. And next thing you know, your whole job, your whole life is just watching basketball, which you love to do, and then going to talk about basketball, which you love to do. And so it's like, bang, you're living a life that you truly love to do.
Keyword there is love.
Love, 100%.
Just keeps
having passion for it, something that really truly excites you, that you feel like is a valuable use of your time. You know, like just do something in life. You will have to do something, some type of job, some type of grind. You know, there's life is always a grind. You know, it just is. It's a part of it. But do something that you truly feel is valuable, inspirational, that that you love to do and that excites you, and that'll make it easy. You know, like I said, that'll make it seem worth it. I mean, there is no such thing as a purpose. Like I think you have a destiny, right? But whether or not you find that or fulfill that is totally up to you. But like I said, I just think that. But there's nothing here on this planet that can define that for you, right? Like only you know what your destiny is. Only you know what your true purpose is. Like that's just kind of the trick about it, you know. So like nobody can tell you, nobody can do any make that up for you. That's only you. And so people always, I'm looking for my purpose. I'm looking for make it up. It's you. It's all you. It's all come from you.
Maybe your destiny is to play. I mean, that could literally be your
Could be
destiny.
it. Could be it. Only you'll know it, and the only way you'll know is if you try to go. But I guarantee you, it has something to do with helping somebody else. I'm almost like 1,000% positive that that's true. Like that, your purpose, your passion is gonna come from trying to give to something or somebody else. It's not gonna come from trying to satisfy your own desires, like entertaining yourself, right? And just like pacifying. I guess it's probably your purpose, your passion is probably not gonna come from something that fuels you. Is probably going to come from some way that you give value to somebody else. And I'll talk about that in another episode, or really, hopefully not in another episode. Hopefully in another episode, I'll be talking to you, and that'll be even better. But in the meantime, I'll talk about it here, and I'll probably talk about it in some VODs, but I'll just be here doing my thing, Rod the Planner. I hope you'll join me next time. Thank you for being here this time, and show me some love somewhere. Shout it out. Do what you do. You know what I mean? But help me grow this thing. I'm gonna need your guys' help. I can't do it by myself, and so everybody who's a part of this community that we're making, help me to make it bigger and better and valuable for everybody else. I love you guys so much. Thank you again, and I'll talk to you next time. Peace.